Hey Dreamers, my name is Levi and I am a Maladaptive Daydreamer. Today I want to talk about my experiences with Rhythmic Movement Disorder and Maladaptive Daydreaming Disorder, which basically go hand in hand. Throughout this video I'm going to use RMD for Rhythmic Movement Disorder and MD for Maladaptive Daydreaming Disorder. Basically my RMD was me rocking my whole body forwards and backwards and side to side. Most people's RMD usually happens either before or right after they fall asleep. I used to have RMD while I was sleeping, but that was when I was very young. And as I grew older, it was something that I had to do during the day. It wasn't part of falling asleep or waking up. Whenever I felt that I had to enter an RMD session, I would feel it like when you want to stretch but you can't stretch, so like you have this weird buildup in your body where you sort of feel like I have to stretch right now. I've had both RMD and MD since I can remember. My earliest memory of having RMD was back when I was still sleeping in my parents' room, I think in like this wooden cot type of thing. And one night I remember I was in this RMD session and I felt a hand. I think it was my dad was just like pushing me down just to like stop. I don't remember any MD during that time, seeing as it was in the middle of the night, so I cannot say that I remember entering an MD state or session, whatever you want to call it. During preschool, my parents actually bought me like a radio that could play CDs, and that's when I remember my MD started to act up. When I had access to music and I could play music while I was in an R&D session, I could enter an MD state, like my Maladaptive Daydreaming session, and all three of those things would go hand in hand. So I would have RMD, MD, and I would listen to music, and I just completely zone out. So yeah, with that introduction to music, it all just sort of formed this addiction thing since I was very young. I was probably the age of 5. Then later on, as I became more conscious of it, I started to feel more shame regarding it. So I would close my door, I would turn on my music, and I would have like this plan of action for if somebody knocked on my door. So anyway, my RMD and MD continued throughout high school and university, and then at the end of 2016, I forced myself to stop having RMD sessions. I had to really overcome some intense emotions, especially anger and frustration, and depression and stuff like that. It just screwed with me a lot. Since I stopped my RMD sessions, my Maladaptive Daydreaming still carried on. Like I still sort of just lied in bed with headphones on or earphones in, and I would still enter the Maladaptive Daydreaming sessions, and that sort of helped me stay afloat. So how to deal with situations that I couldn't deal with, it just helped me calm down and all that type of stuff. I moved to Cape Town from Johannesburg in November 2019. So since then, I've been so busy with just running my own life and just trying to figure things out on my own, far away from my parents and far away from anyone really, except one of my sisters. That I haven't had time to really enter a full-blown Maladaptive Daydreaming session. Like I couldn't just put my headphones on and just daydream, because I constantly be worried that someone's knocking on the door or someone is phoning me or something like that. So because I haven't had time to fully enter Maladaptive Daydreaming sessions by choice, my MD has just been acting up during the day without me doing anything, because I'm not giving it the attention at once. It just forces itself to receive attention. I would be walking home from the store and my Maladaptive Daydreaming would act up, and I would have this weird conversation or this weird thing would just happen, and like I cannot control it, I cannot stop it. Yeah, so RMD and MD really went hand in hand for me my entire life. The difference between the two is that I could have maladaptive daydreaming without rhythmic movement disorder, but I couldn't have rhythmic movement disorder sessions without maladaptive daydreaming. You know, RMD was a way for me to soothe myself, and I think life was just so overwhelming for me personally that I just had to enter it. So yeah, it all sort of comes down to this one thing of trauma and distress. So yeah, that's my story about me having rhythmic movement disorder and how it correlates to having maladaptive daydreaming disorder, which I struggle to get out of now, and it is definitely interfering with life. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it and if you would like to see more content regarding maladaptive daydreaming disorder, feel free to subscribe. It helps me a lot and it does motivate me to continue making videos, even though I'll probably continue anyway because it's something that I just feel passionate about regardless. If you enjoyed this video, please press like. If you didn't enjoy this video, press dislike and tell me below in the comments why I suck, and I will try not to suck in the next video. That's all from me for now. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.